Hello, Internet. I'm Jossaway, and this is Sid Meier's Civilization 6 by Firaxis. I've had Civilization 6 since it came out. I'm a middling player. I usually play on King, and I've never bought any of the DLC. I've also never recorded any of my games. I've been getting back into it lately, though, and there is a monthly challenge here called 3 stars each, and it gives you the ability to play with the Gathering Storm rule set. So even though I don't have the DLC, I can try out the new content, the new systems. And because I haven't ever played this game mode before or used these features before, there's 2 options for this challenge this month. One's to play on Prince, one's to play on Emperor. So Prince is probably going to be a shade on the easy side, but Emperor would probably result in a loss. So we're going to try the monthly challenge here on Prince, 3 stars each. I do have a few mods installed, which I'll show you guys right now. I have the cheat menu, which is disabled. That I usually use to give myself a free scout, but we won't be using it in this Let's Play. I have the better report screen. I've disabled the choosable goodie huts. I have the community quick user interface, detailed map tax, extended policy cards, and hillier hills. We also have quick deals and Sucrotact's simple UI adjustments. So mostly, in fact, entirely UI adjustments. So let's go ahead and how do I get out of this? I have to click there. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this month's challenge, 3 stars each. We'll get to hear Sean Bean's delightful voiceover work here.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest, from this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Okay, so 3 stars each. The Babylonians were the first to record the cadence of the stars and planets in the sky. As Hammurabi, can you lead your people into space and secure a science victory before May 14th? Technology and civics trees are shuffled and hidden for this event, so Babylon's ability to unlock technological advancements via Eureka's is key. Adding to the unpredictability of this event, parameters including the map and other civilizations are randomized. So basically, I've done a little bit of reading on how Hammurabi works. We're going to need a little bit of everything. We're going to need a lot of cities. We're going to need to focus on Eureka's. And I think since, well, let's get into the features and abilities. First is Ninu Ilu Sirum. When each specialty district type, except the government plaza, is constructed for the first time, received the lowest production cost building that can currently be constructed in that district. Receive an envoy when any other district is constructed for the first time. So as we spread out and build our cities, we're going to want to get as many districts online as quickly as possible. Sort of 1 in each city is sort of the goal that I have in mind. Part of that is just because we get so many bonuses. We get a free building or an envoy. But the other part is that for Eureka's, there's such a wide variety of requirements to trigger their Eureka's that we're going to need a little bit of everything. So for example, if we don't have a harbor, we can't get galleys and can't proc shipbuilding. So we're going to need harbors, we're going to need encampments, we're going to need industrial districts. I've never played with the government plaza before, so we'll get that down. We also have Enuma Anu Enlil. Eureka's provide all of the science for technologies, minus 50% science per turn. So science per turn and things like adjacency bonuses aren't as important to us. We will need campuses because I believe there's at least 1 Eureka for building 2 universities. And we are also going to want great scientist points. We have a unique unit here, the Sabum Kibitum, a unique land unit. This is like an anti-cavalry / scout. It has 3 visibility and 3 movement. It's weaker than a warrior versus melee and ranged, but versus anti-cavalry and cavalry, it's very strong. I think we'll get 1 of these for sure as a scout. Maybe more if we're facing off against horsemen or other cavalry or heavy cavalry units. And then we have the Palgum, a unique building that replaces the watermill. This, you basically, it's a better watermill. So we're going to want to found as many cities as we can on river tiles so that we can build this and get the benefits of it. let's go ahead and check out our starting location here on 3 stars each at Prince difficulty level. I will read through this description of the Gathering Storm features because, as I said, I haven't played them before, and I'm not entirely certain how they all work. Let's take a look. So, the World Congress is where you make your voice heard amongst the other civilizations in the world. It's also an important part of the new diplomatic victory. Diplomatic victory is not enabled for this challenge, so while we may want to engage with the World Congress, it won't be a victory condition. Proposals are sent before the World Congress for vote and come in 2 types: resolutions and discussions. Resolutions affect all civilizations, such as banning a luxury resource or gaining extra amenities from each copy of the resource. Discussions are potential scored competitions or emergencies that members of the World Congress may join, like World Games or a religious emergency. Members can summon a special session if they have an emergency they need addressed, like a request for aid after a natural disaster. Diplomatic favor is a new form of currency in the game. Your diplomatic actions will earn you diplomatic favor that can be used in the World Congress to help you or hinder others. Diplomatic favor can be earned through alliances, city-states of which you are the suzerain, success in scored competitions, and more. We are definitely going to be on good terms with most of the AI, if we can manage it, because this is not a domination game, and I'm not very good at combat anyway in this game. There are major and minor ways to gain diplomatic favor through a game. Some actions will grant a large payout all at once, and some will grant it slowly over time. Try trading for other players' favor to strengthen your position in the World Congress. You can spend your diplomatic favor to extract promises from other players, call special sessions of Congress, and buy votes in World Congress, or save up diplomatic favor throughout the game to pursue diplomatic victory points in the later eras. So we're going to be using and spending our diplomatic favor as we gain it because we're not going for diplomatic victory. We don't need to read about the diplomatic victory. The previous warmongering system has been replaced with a new representation of how other players view your warlike actions: grievances. Now, when other players wrong you by denouncement, declaration of war, or capturing or razing one of your cities, you gain grievances against them and may retaliate in kind with the world's approval. No longer will you be denounced for a fair, punitive city capture after an unjustified war. Well, that's a nice improvement. You may also use grievances to request promises from other players. If the other player continues to go against your wishes that you indicate in this manner, they will continually generate grievances that you can use to justify a war against them. But the world at large still pays attention to the overall grievances that other players have against you. If you have grieved others more than they have grieved you, third parties will notice and it will impact their opinion of you. Fair enough. In Civilization 6, Gathering Storm, the environment around you is more alive than ever before. Natural disasters like floods, storms, and volcanoes can pillage or destroy your improvements in districts, but they might refresh and enrich lands after they pass. From blizzards to dust storms, from tornadoes to hurricanes, storms are another challenge to overcome. Flooded rivers may damage your improvements, but they might improve the food yield on a tile too. Volcanoes are high risk but high reward settlement locations. Volcanic eruptions can pillage or destroy improvements, districts, and buildings, and even kill or damage units, but volcanic soil is highly valuable and very fertile. Geothermal fissures, wow, I didn't know about these at all. A new feature that provide benefits to nearby buildings or districts like additional amenities or tourism. Amenities are going to be useful for us, tourism not so much. Strategic resources have been divided into 2 types, fuel and material. Fuel resources are used to meet the power needs of your cities, whereas material resources are required to produce resource-dependent units. So, iron remains probably a requirement for building a swordsman, but uranium now is used to produce power. Presumably this is a late-game thing. So we're going to need to get into this, because we're going all the way to a science victory, and I guess launching to Mars, I think you do in Gathering Storm, and then there's like light years you have to cross. I don't know a lot about it. Manage the power in your city to make late-game buildings more effective. Trade material, resources, and fuel with other civilizations. Great. Your choices about resource usage will directly affect the world's temperature and can cause rising sea levels. Some coastal tiles will be at risk of becoming flooded or completely submerged. When settling cities, consider the risk of these coastal lowland tiles, but keep in mind that in the atomic era, flood barriers can be used to protect them. Okay, so ideally, for a coastal city, we'd like to settle on hills at the mouth of a river, but if that can't be found, there are tools available to protect coastal cities. Burning fuel heats up the atmosphere, leading to melted ice caps and rising sea levels. Your settler will now tell you if you're building a city in a low area near a coast. The flood barrier will help protect your city from the rising sea. There's plenty more to explore in Civilization 6 Gathering Storm, including new eras in the technology and civics trees, new historic moments, new global units, including the giant death robot, leaders in civilizations that synergize with new systems, and more. Will your civilization weather the gathering storm? How will you rule in Sid Meier's Civilization 6? You can always review this information by consulting the advisor, checking the Civilopedia, or reopening this tutorial in the pause menu. Okay. Apparently, we've already discovered another continent, and we've got a boost towards foreign trade. That is a very nice starting point. Let's check out where we are. Starting on a hill near a river is very good for us. We'll get +1 production if we settle here. We've got 2 hills here for production, plus 2 quarries. We could harvest one for an early production boost, and then these are both hills as well. Yeah, lots of production. We've got cattle for food, and we've got 2 other resources that I'm not familiar with. Olives and maize. Let's check those out. So maize gives +2 gold and is improved by a farm. Requires pottery. Okay. And then olives gives us +1 production and +1 gold. It's an amenity. It's improved by a plantation. All right. I think we will settle in place here. Seems like a very good place to start. We've got a mountain. That's nice. I do think, let's see. Got a lot of stone. We might harvest here and then place down this river bend would be a good place for a commercial hub. Next to the mountain would be a good place for a holy site. I do think, like, the mid to late term strategy for me is going to be great people generation. So we're going to want faith and gold. But I do think we're going to settle in place here. Now, it looks like... This doesn't look like an island map. I can't tell if we're near the north or south. I don't see any rainforest yet. So I'm not sure where on the map we are. We want to find our neighbors as soon as possible. We want to find our natural wonder, hopefully, to boost our ability to get a religion. We'd like to find some city-states and get free envoys there. And then there's a whole bunch of new systems that I don't really know how they work. But I think we'll start here by settling in place. And let's take a look at our tiles. So we have a 2 food, 2 production tile we could be working, or we could work the food. Because I think we're going to make our sabum kibitum as our first build item, we'll stay on this tile for now. As soon as that's built, we're going to want to go for food. We are going to grow in 5 turns. So as soon as this guy is done, we'll have 2 population. At that point, we will probably work these 2 tiles as our best tiles available, unless we've grown, and we'll pop out a settler. So we're going to want to find a location on this river for our second settlement very early. That's the plan, anyway. So I guess it makes the most sense to either the warriors on the west side of our city. If we travel here, we're not going to be able to travel into either of these tiles. So we can only move here. We can only move 1 tile if we go there. If we move up, we can maybe skirt around the marsh. We'll lose out on the south side, but we can see that the river's curving up. So I think I'm going to move my warrior here first. Oh, this river has a name. The Karin River. Interesting. Okay. Another new resource here, honey. I'm not familiar with honey. Let's take a look. Honey. +2 food, and it's an amenity. That seems like something we're going to want to grab. So we got the civic boost for foreign trade. First discovery of a new continent. Your people celebrate a historic moment. Explorers of Babylon are the first from a major civilization to set foot on the continent of Ur. +4 era score. I don't actually know how era works. View current era score and dedications. So turns until the next era, 26 to 40. Current score 4. Current age normal. to earn a new age next era. So we're at a dark age. If we can get 9 to 21 era score, we can get a normal age. If we can get 22, we can get a golden age. There's a base golden age threshold of 25. We get a -3 bonus to that because we're in the ancient era. Effects active this age. You're in a normal age during this game era. Each of your citizens exerts 1 loyalty pressure in their city. This pressure also affects other cities within 9 tiles, but is 10% less effective per tile. Okay. I don't really know how the loyalty system works either. Is there a way to... This is screenshot mode. Do I have a loyalty lens? Religion, continent, appeal. That would be under political? No. Loyalty. I don't know if there's maybe on map options here. Show grid, resources and yields, desert, mountain range, lakes. I don't see loyalty. I thought there was a number where you could see the loyalty numbers. Full loyalty, okay. Loyalty per turn, just +20 from citizens, pressure from nearby citizens. I thought there was a way to see loyalty numbers on the hex tiles. If there is, I'm not sure how that works. Okay. Let's continue scouting with our warrior here. Okay, there's another river up here. Yeah, no rainforest tiles so far. This honey is very nice. So we have a number of hills here. Do mines still, or do, not mines, do, industrial zones still get adjacency from mines in this game mode? We get +1 production from each adjacent quarry tile, 2 adjacent district tiles, adjacent government plaza, 2 adjacent mines, adjacent lumber mill tiles, aqueducts, baths, canals, dam. This is very different. But quarry is interesting. I would like to plan out my districts. I'd like to figure out where to put them, specifically the industrial zone and the entertainment district, so that I can build a circle of cities around myself that can benefit from those specialty factories that spread out 6 tiles to nearby cities. But I think it's a little bit early for that. We need to finish scouting around our city first. But the fact that we could get like if we put it here, we'd get 2 quarries and a mine, maybe 2 mines. And then, yeah, I'm not sure. There's quarries over here as well. There's a lot of hills here. This is going to be a very big production city. I do want to get out my holy site early. So the first thing we're going to put down is the holy site. But I want to plan where I'm going to put my industrial zone and my entertainment district so that I can know how to settle cities that can take advantage of that. We need to choose a research here. Now, there's no way to get inspiration for these. And we have no idea what's next here. So, I mean, mining seems like the way to go. We can build a farm here. Later we'll need irrigation to build a plantation here. But we have a lot of mines. And we have 1 set of trees that we could chop. We could harvest these. So it seemed like, to me, mining seems like a no-brainer. We're actually getting half the science per turn that we should because of our civilization. So it's going to take us 13 turns to research this. Let's get it started. And we're researching code of laws here. Okay. What else do we have here? New continent discovered. So we're on Valbara, and we discovered Ur. If we take a look here, I know there are certain policy cards. Where is continent? Yeah, we're right on the border. So we're actually on Valbara. I know there are policy cards that give you benefits for building on a different continent from your home city. So we may want to expand in this direction. It also depends on nearby city-states. It depends on nearby resources. It depends on nearby civilizations. So that's turn 1. We're 20 minutes into my first episode here. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. A lot of talking and thinking and planning. Let's go to our next turn. Okay, so nothing really we can do except continue scouting here. I think I do want to loop back down around this way. I think that's what I'm going to do with this warrior. So let's take one step here. Okay, we see some cattle, more stone. There's tobacco over there, another nice mountain. This could be another city, possibly. Could be good. Next turn, we'll cross the river and loop back down around this way. Don't see much else to do, so we'll go to our next turn. All right, cross the river. So we actually have a mountain range here. Next turn. A natural disaster is occurring, a major drought. Locusts whir, and dust stirs in the hot wind. The land is parched by drought. Okay, so 2 of our tiles have been affected. I'm not familiar with this behavior, so... Major drought has struck, named the Babylonian drought. This severe lack of rainfall can damage improvements and will curb food output for the next 3 turns. 0 tiles damaged at present. But this was a 3 food tile. It's now down to 2. So that doesn't affect us right now. Looks like, unfortunately, we're growing towards the olive. So actually, as soon as we can get a farm here, if the... Well, we don't know because we don't know where it is, but if we can farm a resource here with a builder, I believe that unlocks irrigation in the base game. So maybe it does the same here in Gathering Storm. We might be able to get that tile online sooner than expected. But we will need to grow towards this tile or purchase it first. We have 21 gold, 0 faith, very little other resources. Okay. If I check drought here, it's not available. Natural disasters? First improvement after natural disaster? Oh, there's an era score for that. So we will actually benefit from this in a sense. Because we'll be able to build a farm after this is finished. Our next build is definitely going to be a settler, and it's probably going to be somewhere over here, because that's where we've scouted. And then I'll probably need to get a military unit in case there are barbarians nearby. And after that, we'll get a builder, I think. All right, let's continue scouting. So we've got a coast here. Is this a lake? This is Coastal Lake, the Persian Gulf. All right, that is actually a bit of a problem, as it means we're not going to be able to get around this mountain. We're going to have to cross the river to get home. So let's get started here. There is crab there and pearls, which is nice. A coastal city on the river actually could be really good as a second city. Like, this might be a decent tile here. We've got a 3 food tile there, a bunch of 2 food, 1 production tiles. Got a little bit of desert here that we could turn into a district, perhaps. We're certainly within range of any industrial zone. Let's see about... I think we're very close, but that's maybe okay for a first city. Let's think about that. We'd eventually get access to the crab and the pearl. We could put a harbor here. This could be our first coastal city. We could build a harbor as our district. Not a huge amount of production nearby, but we could... What could we grab? We'd have a mine here for sure. We could keep these... I mean, if we kept these forests... These woods, we could eventually put lumber mills on them. And we might be able to get lumber mills very soon. Plus, we have our civilization special building, the Palgam. That's got +2 production on it. So we'd be okay until we could spread out, maybe set up trade routes, get the adjacency bonus. We'd be a little bit low on the production side, but we could generate a bunch of gold from a harbor here. So I think we'll plan that. We'll plan that as our first expansion here. Let's put a city here. Let's put a harbor here. And then probably an eventual commercial hub here, which would mean we could chop this. Because we get adjacencies from the harbor and the river, right? I think that makes sense. Commercial hub goes there. Yeah, that's a +5 commercial hub. That means once we get mining, we can chop these woods to power the early growth of this city. So that's our plan for our first settlement. I like that. Let's go to our next turn. Okay, we've got to cross the river to get home and resume scouting. I think there's going to be more coast here, but we can't tell until we go. We're almost ready to grow. 1 turn for growth and 1 turn for our scout, our Sabum Kibitum. Nothing else we can do, so next turn. Okay, we gained +4 era score. Who but Babylon could create the Sabum Kibitum, and who can possibly resist it? All right. So let's have Use get scouting. I would like to get across the river here. Oh, that's right. You have 3 movement and 3 visibility. So even though it costs us 2 movement to cross the river, we get to move again afterwards. We can see that's nice. There's another crab there. 1, 2, 3, which will be in reach. Oh, and what is this? Is this a natural wonder, or why is there's some sort of like coral reef here? I guess it's reef. I guess it's a new land tile. It's not the Great Barrier Reef. Reefs form beneath the surface of open water and serve as speed bumps for ships. Though some are composed of inorganic materials such as sand, rock, or accumulated shipwrecks on reefs made of sand and rock, the most vibrant are coral reefs found in tropical waters. Defense modifier +3, that's interesting. So ships on the reef get a defense modifier. Gives a +1 food, +1 production bonus to the normal, +1 food, +1 gold from the coast. It says valid resources are fish and turtles. I've never seen turtles before. Lots of new stuff here, very interesting. So we've got our Sabum Kibitum exploring the continent. We could creep up here with our warrior a little bit, and I think we will. Okay. Now, we should be at 2 population. We're apparently working this tile, which I'm okay with. That's the correct choice. We don't have a better production tile available, and this has the extra piece of gold, so let's lock that in for now. Let's get our settlers started. 9 turns for that. And can we see if I go to the... What are we playing on? Does it say? We're playing at game speed quick. Prince difficulty. It doesn't tell us what type of map we're on. So it looks like either continents or a Pangea style map to me right now. We'll have to wait and see. The fact that this is coast and lake makes me think we're on a Pangea map. Because otherwise it should be ocean. But we'll have to wait and see. We got +4 era score there. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the next turn. Now, hopefully, you're building towards the wrong thing. But we'll wait until we have a builder to buy this tile if we have to. Looks like our drought has ended. We've got welcome rainfall. At last, rain has arrived to alleviate the suffering from the major drought. Already, our crops are recovering, and the Babylonian drought is now a footnote in the historical record. So, I still think this is the right tile to be working. We're still going to grow in 7 turns and produce our settler in 8. If I swapped over here, we add a turn here and reduce 2 here, and we lose out on the gold. So no, we're gonna stay on the olives for now. Okay. Our Kibitum is going to, unfortunately, hop across the river because we've got another mountain tile there. Let's head northeast with our warrior. We haven't found a natural wonder. We haven't met another civilization or city-state yet, so we've got some space here to work. We haven't run into anybody. Also haven't found any goody huts. Next turn. Oh, there's a scout. And another natural disaster is occurring. A major drought. Same thing as last time, same tiles. All right. Okay, so this scout is going to be a problem. He's on hills, which is ideal terrain for him. We're going to enter his zone of control here. He's going to want to leave and report back, and we'd like to stop that. I think the best we can do is move to try to intercept. There's marsh there. He may be blocked by these mountains. I'm not sure what he's going to do, but we'd like to kill him. All right, with our Kibitum, let's get across the river again, continue exploring. Okay, we finally met somebody. We met the Venice city-state, and we were the first person to meet them, so we've earned an envoy. They've given us a quest to get the inspiration for mysticism, which I think we want to do. It's not revealed here, but if I recall correctly, the Eureka for mysticism is to get a religion, and we're trying to do that. Does it say the Eureka on this screen? Boosts. Found a pantheon. Yeah, if we can get some faith going, we need to get 25 faith to found a pantheon. Then we'll get another envoy here. We know about the drought. We know about Mr. Barbarian. Okay. Let's take a look at what the city-state does. We get +4 gold in the capital from having an envoy, so that's very nice. If we get suzerainty, your trade routes to foreign cities earn +1 gold for each luxury resource at the destination. That's not bad. We're not going to have trade routes for a bit. But I did say I wanted faith in gold, so this may be a very nice city-state for us to have found early on and maintain good relationships with. We've done everything we can this turn. Next turn. Okay, fortunately, he moved into us instead of out. We definitely want to kill him before he can report back. So we're in favorable terrain here. He is as well. We don't have a policy card from Code of Laws. So it's just a straight shot. We get a minor victory, or I guess a major victory. Did 46 damage. Okay. Now, down here, we found some jade. That's a nice luxury. There's some more maize over here in Venice. I don't know. It looks like tundra down here. Okay, so we're near the southern end of the map. We probably want another city on this river. And then we're going to be... There's a little bit of desert there. We're going to be moving over here, probably up to this river and along this river. So we want to scout this river. Let's do so now. There's some more jade there. That will probably be claimed by Venice. Okay. Next turn. The scout is fleeing. Now, we saw... He came from over here. I'd like to get the kill, but I'd also like to scout. So what's the right thing to do with this warrior? There's a barbarian camp over here, but they don't know about us yet because their scout hasn't reported back. So... maybe I'd like to keep him in sight if I can. Let me follow him and see what he does. For our Kibitum here, it's cost 2 movement to move through woods, and we could only go there, which I probably want to do, but let's get the extra bit of sight here by coming along this path. Oh, a goody hut. Very nice. And another scout. Okay, we're going to go straight for the goody hut. And we can see we've got some wheat over here. A very nice mountain range over here. Some more jade. So we've got a couple options for getting jade. Okay. I want that goody hut. I'd like to get a kill on you for experience as well. Maybe we'll be lucky and he'll step here. Also, somewhere up here, there's a barbarian camp, and we got to be wary of that. Okay, next turn.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
Okay, we've unlocked Code of Laws. We've got Welcome Rainfall and a new barbarian outpost down here. So hopefully Venice can help us out with that a little bit. We did see that scout moving this way. This one's fleeing up here. I think the most important thing I can do with this warrior is hang out here to escort my settler. So let's have him. We got 4 turns until the settler pops. Let's get into the city and heal up and be ready for that. Let's get our goody hut and see what our reward is going to be here. 26 gold. Okay. I don't think that's enough to purchase anything interesting yet. We could get our first slinger. which I will do. Okay. That is a helpful deterrent for anybody who shows up. That actually means we can chase that scout a little bit with the slinger while the warrior heals up to escort our settler over here. Okay. We need to change our policies. So this looks the same as the base game. I would like to get a Pantheon, both for the Envoy and the boost to Mysticism. I would like the additional gold. 1 production in all cities is great, but for right now, it's only 1 production. So 1 faith and 1 gold is kind of better to me. And we can change that up when we need to. This I'm torn between, because I love this Sabum Kidabum. Well, he doesn't count as a recon unit, does he? I think we'll take Discipline for now. Set our policy agenda. Let me see. Do you count as a recon unit? I don't think you do. You know, you're anti-cavalry, right? Sabum Kibitum. It's a melee unit, yeah, so it wouldn't get that benefit. We don't have a scout, so that other card doesn't help us. Let's see if we can get the kill here, however. Oh, we're out of movement, and he's moving up there. I know we want to kill with a slinger for archery. We definitely want that. Okay, we've got our settler coming out. We're gonna have to think about our second settler soon, but I do want to get, since we bought the builder, I'm gonna want to build a, since we got the slinger, I'm gonna want to build a builder. We'll be a little bit defensive with our military units for now. We're gonna need to clear this barb camp sooner rather than later so it doesn't spawn a bunch of units. But I do want the builder first. Okay, so we need to choose our next civic here. We got the boost to foreign trade. It might be a while before we can build a Pantheon. I want to get the boost because I want to get the Envoy. So I want to put 10 turns into both of these. And I need to try and remember. So the boost gets what? A third? Is it not half anymore? Yeah. So these all would have been 28 turns. This got 10 out of 28. It's a little bit more than a third. So we could get 7 turns for free on these, I'm guessing. So we got 10 turns out of 28. Get 6 or 7 turns from the boost here. So we'll go to like 13 turns on each of these if I remember. Or when this is down to 7, if we still haven't earned it, we'll switch over to the other one, I think. Although, yeah, I want to get a Pantheon, but we need to discover a natural wonder for that. Hopefully our scout can find one. All right, next turn. We have met another city-state. We met Mexico City. Okay. So we're the first and gained an envoy. They've given us a quest to train a spearman. That's definitely something we're going to do once we unlock bronze working. And then if we look at this city-state, the suzerain bonus, regional effects from your industrial zone, water park, I don't know what a water park is, and entertainment complex districts reach 3 tiles farther. That would be very nice to have. And we're currently getting +2 production in the capital when producing wonders, buildings, and districts. That is handy. Okay. So we've got Venice here. We've got Mexico City up there. I need to find a natural wonder. So rather than chase that scout, let's block his retreat if we can. Or no, I want you to heal up. Let's go exploring and see if we can't find... Oh, there's another city-state. And we've got a boost towards political philosophy. Very nice. This is Lahore. So Lahore is granting us +2 production in the capital when producing units. That helps with the settler. The suzerain bonus is... Your cities can now train Nihang units, a unit with a unique promotion tree that can be purchased with faith. Combat strength is increased when barracks, armory, and military academy buildings are first constructed. Okay. Nihang. Is that a melee unit? We're not going to be suzerain of this for a while. I don't know if we would pursue this. The +2 production is nice. What is a Nihang? 2 movement points, 25 melee strength. That's pretty nice. Purchasable with faith, increased when that's done first. Interesting. Okay. Well, we are going to need an encampment. If we end up as suzerain here, we'll probably build some of these from our encampment. Now, I mean, a natural wonder could be anywhere. I think it's important that we start scouting this area around the northern part of our base and then swing back around and continue scouting. We could meet some more city-states and get free suzerains. Oh, there's the scout and some gypsum. We don't know. I guess the barbarian camp must be right there. That would be my guess. So we do have 2 city-states that are probably trying to deal with it, which is good news. Let's check. 1 turn on mining, 19 turns on mysticism. Next turn.
When you find yourself in a hole,
1 turn to the settler. Let's chase down this scout. He went up there, huh? Okay. Let's just stay right here for the time being with the slinger. I would like to get the kill, but we'd have to get within 1 tile of him, and that seems unlikely. We just wanna get our settler over here to settle this city. So let's hold the slinger there. Let's move through this unit to here with our kibitum. Okay, so now we have the problem that there's quite a lot of jungle here to get through. I think we move through the city-state to here. It's going to be 3 turns to do that. What is this? This is a volcano. Okay. Our alternative is to go... Well, we have 3 movements, so we can move 2 tiles at a time around here. Maybe I will go through and up. There's tobacco there. Yeah, okay. We have to choose a research. We're hoping to get these from... yeah, we're going to get these very quickly as soon as we get our builder out. These are the ones we have to hard research. So... what did we get here? Quarry and mine. Ability to chop woods and harvest copper. The Great Bath is a wonder. I don't think we're building any early wonders. I don't think we're building this. So we could get the granary. I don't think we need that right away. We'll need it eventually. But I think we might... we have a pasture nearby, right? So we've got cattle there. What about you? You've got 2 cattle as well. I think... yeah, I think we go for animal husbandry next. All right. Next turn. There's our settler. He's popped out. You move this way. You... stay where you are for 1 turn, I think. All right. Let's come here. Okay, we can pass this way. We found a pass through the jungle right next to the volcano. That's a good thing. You can't actually move another tile, which was a mistake on my part, thinking how that worked. Let's go ahead and check our tiles here. We're at 2 population, and we would like to grow, but... let's see. 2 food, 2 food. There's production there. What other tiles do we have? We have a 3 food. I think these are the 2 best tiles for right now. We can give up the 1 gold for the extra food to grow. 5 turns to grow. Let's get ourselves a builder. I think that's we've got a lot of tiles we can improve here to really boost Babylon very early. Growth tiles, food tiles are going to be important. I really wish we had this online. If we have to, we can buy it for 30 gold. Yeah, we're probably going to have to. Because 15 turns until this happens. I think I should buy this now because we're going to get the builder in 4 turns, and I don't want to forget it and spend the gold on something else. We're going to want to put a... We're definitely going to want to put a farm there as our first thing we do. Okay. Let's have you step forward into these woods. Just make sure that that path is all clear. Okay. 17 turns left on mysticism. When that hits 7, we want to change that. All right. This feels like a pretty good place to end the first episode. If you guys would like a unit or a city named after you, leave me a comment below. Units, I think, need a certain amount of promotions before you can name them, but this city I can rename at some point. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in this type of content? Do you like Civ 6? Is my style of playing and explaining my thought process like interesting and entertaining? I'm definitely going to finish the challenge here. But I don't know if I'll make more Civ 6 content after that. I might do monthly challenges. I don't know. Let me know what you thought. That's what I'm asking. Let me know what you thought. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.